Welcome back to another episode of the Iced Tea Podcast. Today, I'm interviewing Amy Daniels. She is the executive director of the Carolina Hurricanes Foundation. If you've ever been in-game and purchased a 50-50 raffle ticket, where does that money go? Well, we find out. And even the warm-up pucks, if you buy one of those, they're still cold from warm-up straight from the ice. All that and so much more. Iced Tea is a production of Mix 101.5 and presented by Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where every patient is treated like family. Amy Daniels, Executive Director of the Carolina Hurricanes Foundation, thank you so much for joining the Iced Tea Podcast.
I am excited to be here with you.
Now, I know you do many things, and that's why I'm so excited to have you in here, because I want to kind of dissect and dive further into what you do. So if you can, in a nutshell, kind of explain what your role is.
Sure. So the Carolina Hurricanes Foundation is multiple things. It is a fundraising arm where we are trying to do lots of great things with our fans and the community to raise money. We are a grant-making organization, so all that money that comes in has to go right back out to these wonderful organizations in our community, across the state really, that are helping kids, health, and education. So anything that's really kind of surrounding youth and, of course, growing the game of hockey. So we bring it in, we send it out, we make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to do, aligns with our mission. Plus, we get to do lots of community connection. Mm-hmm. And so anything that gets us out into our community, whether that's the Triangle or across the state, our team is usually involved. So we want to be that piece of the Canes team that is really connected in the community. Yeah. We're grassroots. We're out there. We're making sure that people know what we're doing. Of course, always trying to bring people into the arena and get them involved. And it's just a really cool role to be in because there are so many pieces to it. It's positive every day. The impact that this team makes in North Carolina is so vast that we get to see every little bit of it.
That is awesome. I mean, what a great thing too for every day showing up to work, knowing that it's positive and you're putting positive things out there. So that's beautiful. And you've had this role for 2 years?
This is my second season.
Okay.
So I'm about 18 months in. So yeah, it's been a blast from the beginning.
Well, I'm just so thrilled that I've actually really specifically this year gotten to know you very well. And part of that too is because, I see you pretty much every single home game in the third period when we do our Canes Cash Drop 50-50 raffle presented by Abrams & Abrams. And let's talk a little bit more about kind of what a game day looks like for you, because I know where you're at in the third period, but where else are you at throughout the game and what are you doing?
Every game is a little bit different, but in general, a lot of people ask if we get to watch all the games. We're at all of the games, but most of the time we're out on the concourse. So we have our kiosk that is set up outside of the Priority Lounge on the west side. We are sometimes doing warm-up pucks. We're sometimes doing mystery pucks, and those are ways that we're fundraising. Sometimes we have special theme nights, and we're running around making sure that all of our groups that are out on the plaza or on the concourse are set. Our team is really sort of around the building a lot, and whenever we can, we try to make sure we can see some hockey. We really wish that we could see more ice from where we are, but we make it work, and it's just so fun to have every little connection point. Like you said, we're with you in the third period for the 50-50 raffle. It's different every day, which is a lot of fun. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. I know. You guys are literally like the eyes and ears. You're everywhere. Talking about warm-up pucks and mystery pucks, though, I talk a lot about it in game. But for those people that might not be at the game and are going to a game, what exactly is it? Sure. So everybody wants a piece of the game to take home and remember. So our warm-up pucks are actually the pucks that are used for both of the teams during the warm-ups. They are frozen. A lot of people don't realize that. They actually have to go in the freezer before they go on the ice for the game.
Oh, I did not know that.
So we order those with a matchup on each one. So each one is very specific to that game. There are 100 given to the officials, and we never know how many we're going to get back.
Okay.
Sometimes, I think the lowest that I've seen is we got maybe less than 10 back.
Who collects them?
It's all of the ice crew and all the folks who are kind of finishing up at warm-ups. They all end up out in a bucket, and we go and pick them up and we take them upstairs and we sell them.
So essentially, when they get to the people's hands that are buying them, which the money goes to the foundation, are they so cold?
A lot of them
and
are.
wet?
We actually provide a towel so they can dry them off.
So not only
it's
a
really a
mystery
piece. That's right. Not only is it used on the ice, but I mean, it is still like fresh off of them using
cool.
them. Yeah,
that is really cool.
So that's kind of a fun thing. And that always has the date and the matchup. So that's a great way for them to take it home.
Do people write it on there?
No, it's printed. We actually order every single one of those separate for
Amy,
each
you
game.
would think I would know this. I did not. I don't think I've ever seen one.
Yeah. All right, I'll get you one.
Oh, what? Stop it.
It might not still be cold when it gets
That's okay.
you.
That's okay. That's so interesting.
They also sell them in the store, but those have not touched the ice.
Got you.
So we try to cover our bases to make sure everybody can take home a little piece of the game.
Of course.
Our mystery pucks are a whole different thing.
Yeah.
So we only do 7 to 10 of those per year.
Okay.
We set out the dates. We kind of set out the themes, and we actually have our internal graphics folks get to design those.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so we order them ahead. We get them in. We get the guys to sign them. So they each get maybe 15 or 20 that they get to sign. Then we wrap them up so you can't tell who signed it. And then you buy yours, and it's a surprise of what the mystery is.
I love the surprise element. Even the mystery bobbleheads that we had just a few games ago. It was like really fun. And even watching people trade them out. And I was in the elevator and I had to show off one in game. And I was writing down, this guy was like, oh man, I'm just missing Aho. And I go, I have Aho.
Right.
And it doesn't matter which one I show. So here you go. And he switched me for Ehlers.
That's perfect.
That's amazing. Now, this is a lot of fun stuff. But in all seriousness, the foundation has also impacted plenty of hard things in our community as well. And I'm specifically talking about that big impact you made with Hurricane Helene, which was just so beautiful to watch the Caniacs come together, the foundation come together, and see everything that we could do for our neighbors in Western North Carolina. So is that still going? Talk to me a little bit more about like what we were able to do and help out with.
2024 was interesting. So
Yeah.
I was not
board.
in place yet.
Okay.
But the storm came through at the very end of September. And I started at the end of October. So it was very close. When I stepped into the role, it was very clear that everyone in the front office was dedicated to making this work. And so there was a very bold goal set to raise $1 million for our neighbors, as you said.
Yeah.
Hurricane Helene ravaged the western part of the state. So there had already been quite a bit of fundraising. The community game last season went toward that, which is a big, revenue source and it's also a great game to bring friends and family. It's a cheap game. You get in for $10 and you enjoy kind of that preseason excitement.
Yeah.
The fact that it was announced that it was going to be a fundraiser for the hurricane victims, we raised more than we ever have because even people who did not want to come to the game bought tickets and sent donations. So very quickly, it was clear that our Caniac crew was going to be all in.
That's amazing.
So there was an auction that fall. There were other fundraisers. As we sort of moved through the winter and throughout the season, we just kept finding ways to do additional fundraising. And every time, our Canes fans stepped up. So as we got into the spring, I had been in place for a few months, and it was time to start giving that funding away because those folks needed it so badly. There was a lot of funding that was going to be coming to them eventually and still is supposed to be coming, but moving fast is not how that funding works. So for us, we were able to move quickly. I started digging into other groups that were out in the western part of the state that had great reputations. And I said, tell me who we need to be talking to.
Yeah.
So kind of started a network. Of course, we tried to keep it all within our regular mission. So supporting children and families, health and education, and a little hockey when we can.
Of course.
So the first gift that was actually made was to the Asheville Youth Hockey Group because it was not an ice hockey rink, but their multi-purpose kind of outdoor rink for street hockey and roller hockey totally flooded. So that was like what a way to start of, at the heart of our mission. So that was amazing. And that just kind of got them started. It gave them a little bit of hope that they were going to get going again. And from there, we just kept finding things. We were feeding families. Yeah. We were helping with clothing and just basic necessities. We did things like helping to get playgrounds back to how they should be so that kids can be playing when it's a tough time. Everybody needs to be outside and healthy, but that's hard when, everything outside has been touched by this water and the storm. So we did quite a few things that it was honestly so far in my career, not just in my time with the Canes, it is definitely top 3 of the things that I have gotten to do in my role in connecting, fundraising, and grant making.
Oh my gosh.
It was such a special way to see the triangle and our state pull together and just say, yes, we want in, yes, we want to help, and then deliver that and be able to share. I mean, we had tears, we had hugs, we had people who welcomed us in. We actually had a really neat opportunity to go in April last year to go visit quite a few of those groups that we had given to. Mm-hmm. They welcomed us like we were their family. I mean, they said, you all were some of the first to get money in our hands so that we could start making repairs and updates and getting these kids and families and our communities back in their normal lives.
Yeah.
The platform that the team, the Canes, whether it's the players, the coaches, the front office, and the fans, it is such a machine when everyone's moving in the same direction. We can do anything.
Really, though. We've seen it. We're witness. And I that's why I love this community so much. Iced Tea is presented by Lane & Associates Family Dentistry. When you walk into a Lane office, it is warm, it is welcoming, it is stress-free, and it's an environment for the whole family. So visit lanedds.com to find a location near you. So I know we touched on it briefly. I just really, again, want to go back and just, we're talking about the 50-50 raffle Plinko. If Caniacs are watching this and haven't been to a game recently, or it's basically a play on the Price is Right, and I host this and you win an amazing prize thanks to Abrams and Abrams, but the jackpot is the big thing. So it's the 50-50 raffle. We're raising money and hopefully you win the other half of that. But where does that money eventually go to? Because people are buying these raffle tickets. Where does that money go?
So our 50-50 raffle is, I'd say, one of the fun pieces that we do at every single game. So as you said, you can buy a ticket. You do have to be in the arena. So it's definitely on site because if you win, we need you to come up and play the game, right? So we need you on site, and we've got our sellers who walk around with their signs and their little blue smocks. And so we try to make sure we're in front of everybody. That money is directly to the mission of the foundation. That helps us do our annual grant cycle every year and make sure that all of these youth-serving organizations are able to get these grants.
Fantastic.
So every time somebody buys a ticket, we know that, half of it's already going to the mission, half of it might go back to somebody, but no matter what, no matter who wins, they're walking home with something. And we love being able to give away signed jerseys, signed sticks, tickets or gift cards and all the things that we can do. It has really turned out to be a fun part of the night, I'd say. And you're really a big part of that.
It's so fun.
You make it fun.
Doing it. Well, I love meeting the people that won because first of all, they're so excited just to have been out of all the people that bought a ticket to be up
and to be on the video board.
And no matter what, and no matter what, you're going home with a great prize. Jackpot or not, you're getting, to your point, a signed jersey. The girl last night won a signed jersey, a signed team stick, $100 gift card. The prizes are great. So anyways, I commend y'all for doing that. And it's a fun part for me too.
It is fun. And that actually, I left that out of our Hurricane Helene relief. That was a huge part of raising $1 million.
That's right.
Was that all of the raffle went to that initiative, and now that we see what it can be, we're never going to stop. This 50-50 stuff is so fun for everybody.
It's so fun, especially when someone wins the jackpot and the confetti goes, and it scares me every time, but it's so fun. Another thing that is so fun that actually, thanks to you, I also got to experience this year, the Canes Gala. It's beyond prom. It's like the thing that we all hope and dream that we get to go to and wear that amazing dress to. But you are, at the forefront of that. So for someone that's never been to the Canes Gala, what is it? What is that experience?
So I have to start by saying this was my second one, but I have a long history of galas in my career.
Okay.
It is so fun to come up with a theme and create what experience someone will have when they come in. So one of my favorite things that we do.
I mean, y'all crushed it this year. It was
you.
Mad Hattie. It was an Alice in Wonderland theme.
Right.
There were people, when you went over to get a dessert, there were like this Cirque du Soleil people just like dancing over the cupcakes. And it was like, I was like, where am I? This
mind
is amazing.
Blown.
My mind was blown.
Good.
It was amazing.
Good.
So another, obviously, a fundraiser, people buy tickets to this, but it really is an extraordinary night, not only because you get amazing food, an amazing time, but you get to hang out with the Canes players. They're just there.
That's right. So, a lot of nonprofits will host a black tie event or some sort of soiree. And we have such a unique piece that, one, we're in the arena.
Yeah,
we
you're
get
on
to
the
be
floor.
on the arena floor, which a lot of people never get to do that. That is a very special kind of behind the scenes look at where I am. But also we have the players. It is on their schedule. They are all going to be there except for this year when we had some Olympians who were away, including staff and coaches. We make sure that our food and beverage folks have full freedom to be creative. It's so fun to work kind of behind the scenes with all of the different groups at Lenovo Center and really just let everybody kind of expand their, this is what you've never done before and what you've always hoped to do. This is the place to do it.
Yes.
So for somebody who's never been, we try to start the experience as soon as you walk in. You check in, you get registered, you come down to the arena level. And the theme starts, you walk
right
in.
when you get off the elevator.
Exactly. So that whole walkway is now Lenovo Legend Club, and it's beautiful now. And so that also was added, to that. It just makes it such a entrance. So you come in. That arena is so big when you step onto the floor, and to be able to kind of see that all this is for fundraising and for a purpose and a mission. You get to buy special mystery pucks that night. You get to do a raffle with our friends from Diamonds Direct. You get to do silent and live auction, lots of food, open bars, all the things that you hope for in a party. And we try to bring it all together in a way that you've probably never seen before. We change it up. That's also something that I love to do. I don't ever want anyone to expect that they know. I want them to walk in and be like, oh, that's on a different side. This is in a different place. It's one of my favorite things is to surprise people and to make sure that we're always keeping them guessing, and it's always a unique experience.
It really was. You did an amazing job.
You.
How far out do you need to plan? Are you already planning next year's gala?
It is a year long, mostly because we have to start thinking about a theme and kind of what we want to change or adjust. We actually don't get to choose our date until we get all of our schedules for both hockey and basketball, any concerts and shows. All of that kind of has to be settled. There's typically a February, March approach to it. When do we have maybe a down week? If we have the Olympics, we had a couple weeks. We've had the Four Nations last year. We have, I think, All-Star Week this year. So it kind of just depends on where we can fit in.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we can lock in, we try to get tickets on sale and everything. So it's a little bit of a 6 to 9 month kind of time frame. And then those last 3 months, it is full force. I was going to
say, oh my gosh, I get it. I'm planning my wedding now, and I'm almost like,
it's
Amy,
very
can
similar.
you help me?
Very similar. Happy to help you.
You're the best. Thank you. Okay, so we talked about the gala. We talked about other things, but what other foundation events can Caniacs get involved in throughout the year, especially because there are some things I feel like that happen in the off season as well.
So our team, our employees and folks, we do tons of volunteering in the summer. We are definitely trying to figure out how we might get some of our fans involved with some volunteer things. So stay tuned on that.
Okay.
But September is typically our 5K. So
yes, the 5K.
Always a fun event. It's usually a little warm still, but we are right there at the arena. We chose a new 5K route this year. And so we've, again, just like to surprise people, just like to keep things going.
Keep it new.
This year we asked our players to not only come out and say hi, which is what we've done, we gave them water guns and golf carts, and they literally drove the route back and forward and just had fun with fans. And we got really great reviews that it's kind of a neat way to interact with a player where you can tell they're having fun.
Yes.
And that just makes them want to stay and do it. And
I do think
interact.
I remember Jarvie being on a golf cart.
Sure was.
Like with, the water. Oh my gosh, so fun.
That's a great one. And it's another good fundraiser. We actually upped our participant numbers. So always trying to move that mark,
yes.
Always trying to raise the bar.
Yeah.
More sponsors, more activations. It's a lot of fun. Once everybody's done, we basically do a plaza party where kids can play and you can get a beer and some breakfast. So, a lot of good stuff that people can be part of.
We love a beer and breakfast. We love it, especially after running 5K.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now there's been a lot of things that you've touched on with your 2 years being a part of this, but what has been your favorite part, would you say? Like, is there, or even maybe like a moment? I know it's so hard.
As I said, Hurricane Helene, the quick response,
yes.
and then getting to go see the groups that we had granted, amazing.
Yeah.
That definitely is a high up in my career, not only just my 2 seasons. Gala is such a fun piece to create and see it executed and just make sure that people have a great time. But every night that we get to, one of the things that I love at a game night is that at the end of the game, we typically have a meet and greet.
Okay.
Whether we've auctioned it off or it's someone special, we have kind of a neat way to get fans up close and personal with just 2 of our crew. So the guys don't come out until after the game is over. We've done the 3 stars. They go into the locker room. They hear Rod and his sort of after game speech. So we're just kind of waiting. But a lot of times we get down there before the game has officially finished, and we're right there by the ice. And so anytime you get to see even the last minute of the game, especially if you go into overtime and you get to watch overtime and then a win, of course, that little time in the corner with people who are so excited to be there, that might not be where their seats are. So this is kind of a special glimpse. Those little moments are really special. And our team just in general loves to provide that experience and give people a little behind the scenes glimpse or a little something that they haven't experienced before. And so those, you can have the big moments, but those little small moments,
definitely
giving away the 50-50 raffle to a winner. It's so cool to see the light in people's eyes when they're already your fan and now they're even bigger. Their fandom has grown because you just provided them something special.
I don't know if we were, or if I was allowed to do this, but one of our jackpot winners, he was so excited that even before he won, he said, if I win, we give them that little plastic puck that they drop, the Plinko. He said, if I win, can I keep this? And I was like, I don't know if I can I don't know if I can say, but I'm sure it's fine. Well, he won.
I'm glad you did.
And he took it. What's the story? Did he bring it back?
He did. So after a winner wins the cash, they have to come and fill out paperwork, of course. Taxes and all the things. Yeah. So he and his wife came the next week and sat down and worked with us on all of that. And he pulled it out of his pocket. He sat it on the table. Said, how did you get that? He said, well, Megan said I could have it. I was so happy because then we took a picture downstairs in the lobby and he actually had the puck and he and his wife stood by the I logo and he held that up so proudly. It was so cute. So, we can buy another one.
We can buy another
$1 Plinko.
I was thinking, I can't imagine this is that expensive. Perfect. Oh my gosh, so funny. You just talked about so many great moments, but is there another story like that you can think of that maybe someone meeting a player for the first time or something that just extra stands out to you?
I will. He would be embarrassed if I told it, so I won't say his name.
Okay.
We have a gentleman who loves to bid on a lot of our auction items.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a lot of regulars who just love either player-used equipment or special signed items. But this happened to be a meet and greet that was on our auction. And so sometimes we'll put them up, and he won it. So he came down, and whoever he had, it might have been Aho or Jarvis, and he was just so excited that he was going to be able to meet them. But in reality, Rod is top in his mind. Mm-hmm. He is such a fan of Rod Brindamore. So we're down there, and every once in a while, Rod will walk by, especially when the media room was right through the path.
Yes.
So one time we were down there, and he walked by, and this gentleman, he was like a little kid. Like, that's him. And we were like, yeah, that's him. And so he said hello, and Rod was super gracious and said hi and smiled and kept walking. So he did it again. He bought another meet and greet and was down there again. It might have even been last season to this season.
Okay.
So again, I know that he loves our coach. And we were finishing up, and we were the last ones down there, and we're headed to the elevator. And this whole group gets on, and darn if Rod does not come down the hall, sort of like, hey, hold the elevator for me. So I'm standing there holding the elevator, and I look at my guy, and I go, keep your cool. And Rod gets on the elevator, and his eyes light up, and he just the biggest smile. And as we're riding up, because Rod is also leaving, we're all leaving, it's the end of the game. I say to him, I said, you have a really big fan in the elevator with you. And so we step out right by the VIP desk, and Rod took the time to talk to him, and he signed something for him. It was just one of those moments. That guy, he is beyond grateful, and just he will come up and see us all the time, and he'll tell that story to whatever friend he has with him.
Yeah.
So that was just a regular night, and those are unscripted, but what a fun interaction to witness, and also know that you were sort of part of helping to make that happen.
What a fun job you have, Amy. That is so cool that you just get to do this. That's awesome. That is
every
so
game.
Awesome. And no better
Every
person
night.
to do it than you. You were wonderful.
Thank you.
Iced Tea is presented by Lane & Associates Family Dentistry. Now, the team at Lane, they don't just handle fillings and cleanings. They also do cosmetic dentistry, Invisalign, sleep apnea, and even TMJ care. So to find a location near you, head to lanedds.com. We'll get into some other things, but we did just have Sarah Swingle on talking about youth hockey.
Right.
How much, you do a lot with that too, with Shane Willis. So talk to me just a little bit about youth hockey and the growth it has here, and anyone listening, how they can get their kid involved.
Sure. Hockey in North Carolina is on the rise.
Yes.
The Canes, I would say, are the engine for it. Sarah, Shane, Tommy, Spencer, our whole team that touches youth hockey and that whole program, they are amazing. Sarah, especially, I just saw an article came out about the growth of girls hockey here. It's a nationwide upswing. But I'm telling you, the Canes are on it. We love seeing more girls and women in the sport. Sarah has just been right at the beginning of that. And really, I'm watching her coach and being kind of every girl in the sport knows her,
Yes.
So the rise of youth hockey also presents opportunity and challenges because we don't have a lot of ice in the triangle.
She said the same thing. Yes.
It's hard.
Yes.
So trying to sort of help manage that. Every year, the foundation supports our local youth hockey organizations.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina Junior Canes, sled hockey, special hockey, girls and women's hockey, some programs to get all kids, no matter what, whether they're paying for it or not. We want them to understand that hockey has a place for them.
Yes.
So it is really neat to be part of the team that is doing that. So on our side, we're really trying to help fund whatever programs are needed. On the community outreach and youth program side, they are in it. They're in skates, on the ice, coaching, teaching, bringing people in to this sport that we all love. So it's really fun to watch. And I will say our team just got a little skating lesson recently. I'm not the worst, but I'm also not the best. I was very careful.
Was it out at a Lenovo Center?
Yes,
you just went out there? Oh my gosh.
I actually have to say my team, we're all girls at the moment, great on skates. I was very impressed. So
I mean, it's like wearing heels, just gliding. You're gliding in heels, you know?
Yeah.
You're like something like
Keep
that.
Keep your ankles strong is what they kept saying.
Exactly.
So. But I will say, if you want to get involved in hockey, we have really easy entry points. You don't even need skates. You don't need ice. We have NHL street hockey that we are a pilot program. So Tommy on our team is out in Apex at brand new multi-sport, sort of.
I still need to get out there to that.
You definitely need to.
It looks so cool.
You don't need skates. You don't even need wheels. Pair of tennis shoes and a little bit of equipment, and you are learning what hockey is about. So that entry point is a really great way to bring new people into the sport and make sure that barrier is removed.
Yeah.
He is doing a great job of building leagues that are playing there. We also do street hockey right out on our South Plaza before a game. We had them set it up after our 5K. It is a anywhere, anytime kind of opportunity. If you have a pair of tennis shoes and a little bit of plastic equipment, you can be out doing this sport and understanding the rules and how, can you tell me what offsides is? Well, I can teach it on a street hockey setup, and I don't need you to be in skates.
Exactly.
I actually can't teach it, but
no, I got you. I got you. That is so true. And the other thing I was saying that I loved so much that is kind of rebranded and recent is you guys are making such a stamp right now on social media, and I could not be more excited about it because I love me some social media. So where can people go to follow so they can kind of stay up to date on the things that are coming up that they can get involved in?
So we just launched our Canes community social channel. So everything can always be found on the website. I always just say, go to the Canes website. That's the easiest way to do it. But we are really trying to tell the story of all of these community touch points. Do you want to learn how to skate? Do you want to try street hockey? Do you want to come to the 5K? Do you want to learn about our 50-50 for when you're going to be at the next game? All of it can be found there. Do you want to learn about the impact that all of this is making? Also now found on these social channels and our website. So, one of the pieces that I think was from the beginning, it was a stated goal, was let's be louder about the community connection. It's already happening. The Canes have been in this community and have been giving back since we got here. But now let's make sure that there are platforms to share those stories, highlight the groups that are receiving funding and all the wonderful programs that they're doing, highlight all the youth hockey that's happening. Somebody like Sarah, Shane's doing amazing things, leading that whole side of, our growth of hockey. It's really amazing, all the things that are happening. And now we're just really trying to turn up the volume to make sure everybody knows about it.
Yes, I love that volume. It is turned up and it's going to keep getting turned up.
We're the loudest house, so let's be the loudest in the community too.
Yes, exactly. Okay, Amy, so for our last segment, which is just so fun, spill the tea. Some fun questions.
I'll have more before we start.
Yes, me too. I haven't even taken a sip yet. I didn't even ask you, too. I always ask people off the bat how they like their iced tea. You said
I'm kind of half and half kind of girl.
Half. Okay.
Not too strong.
For sure.
Yeah.
I got
cut
you.
It a little.
Just a little something.
My mom calls it half cut.
Half. I like that. Yeah. I like it. I'll have a little half cut, please. Okay. What is the most frantic thing that has happened behind the scenes at a game? We talked about a lot of positive things, but sometimes, some little chaos happens.
So I was thinking about this before we sat down. It's really funny. It's every night when we have to pull the 50-50 raffle.
I knew you were
winner.
going to say that. I knew and that's I think half the reason, the inspiration behind this question, because I kind of knew it.
It's scary because I'm always afraid we're not going to find them.
Right.
Because it's a quick turnaround. The computer does all of the work. The computer does the pulling so that it's not a human. So we get that, and we always ask for everybody's phone number so that we can text them and call them, as well as put the number up on the screen.
Yep.
But we've got to go so fast so that we can get up to you up on stage and be able to, be on time.
It's a very quick turnaround.
So it's a quick turnaround. Most of the time it's fine.
Right.
But there are some times where we cannot get a hold of our winner, and we actually have a time. We have about a 7 or 8 minutes that we allow them. And if we can't get them, we actually have to pull again.
I know.
So there are times where I'm on the computer like, okay, do it again and find me somebody else. And honestly, that's one of the most frantic things that we do every night.
I knew this because I'm on the other side of it too. And I can't even imagine what y'all are going through on that end. But yes, if you do the 50-50 raffle, just make sure they're not getting your phone number for any other reason other than just the fact that they need to reach you if your number is pulled. Right. And yeah, we only have a certain amount of timeouts that we can go and we can do this, and it's gotten down to the wire. But listen, you make it happen every time.
It's our team.
Yes.
We've pretty much figured it out.
Yes, you've got it locked in. So you're also an NC State grad.
Right.
Who has the more intense fans? Would you say the Wolfpack or Caniacs?
I think Caniacs.
Okay.
And I'll give you my answer why. NC State has a long history, right? And a lot of families will pass down tickets and support, and there's generations. So it's a little bit more like we just are fans, right? And it's also sometimes hard to be a Wolfpack fan.
I get it.
We have so many high hopes every game. But, same with any sport.
Of course.
Canes fans, I think, jump in with both feet, and they are all in. And I love it. So with our viewpoint on the concourse every night, we see a lot of back and forth, lots of great people watching.
Yes.
The costumes, the bling and the bedazzlement and the just fervor of fandom. I hands down, I would say it's Caniacs are more intense.
I would have to agree. I love that. We love our Caniacs.
Wolfpack fans, also fabulous.
They are. And honestly, too, a lot of Caniacs, it goes hand in hand. They're also
a lot of red.
A lot of red. We got a lot of red going on. I added this one. You didn't see this one yet. This one came from our lovely producer, Anita. She was curious about this. It's a multiple choice, so you're all right. Which experience would raise the most charity money at an auction?
Okay.
A puppy party with Jarvie, a cookout with Chef Martinook, a pool party at the Slavens, or a take Stormy to work? I mean, I think all of those would do very well in an auction.
I think I would go with either A or B.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Puppy party or would you say
cookout?
A cookout
with Martinook.
I would combine the two.
Ooh, I love this. Why not?
And we now have a backyard party with both of them with puppies and fabulous food.
And this is why Amy does what she does, because that's an amazing answer. Love that.
You just gave me 4 fabulous ideas for next year's live auction.
That's all Anita. It's all Anita. Yes.
Thanks,
I was
Anita.
like, these are great. These are great. What was the most surprising thing that you learned about the NHL when you joined in your job?
I was a Canes fan already. My kids and I had season tickets for a couple of seasons before I came on board. But I would say the most surprising piece was realizing that across the NHL, nobody's worried about the Canes. We are an underdog. We are just sort of mild-mannered. Don't worry about them. And we're not.
Right.
And I love that our team is just like, yeah, well, we'll show you, I even on the business side, we're not one of the originals. We're not the oldest and the most storied. I just think people just think we're not a threat. And I love the fact that we are season after season. Yes. We just clinched the division title for the 4th time in 6 seasons. Don't doubt us.
Don't doubt us. Amy, I'm getting all excited for the playoffs. Yes. Okay. And last but not least, what is your why for this role?
My why actually is broader than the role because my entire career has been in the nonprofit space. I'm not sure how they did it, but my parents just sort of passed along this idea of serve others, and always try to make the world a better place. Always sports, which was kind of fun too. Both of my parents are coaches, retired coaches. Gymnastics is our sport, not hockey.
Did you grow up?
I was a gymnast. Both my parents were gymnasts. My daughter is now a gymnast.
I love this.
Yeah, and my son is a soccer and football player. So I mean, we are an athletic, sort of sports focused family. But what I like is being able to combine the two. So this is truly a dream job for me because I've fundraised for cats and dogs with the SPCA. Mm-hmm. I had a long career, big part of my career at Rex Hospital, fundraising for patients and patient programs. I love that I get to combine two things that are my favorites. And so the why to me is always, how do you use sports to do good? How do you use the team's platform, which is an extremely positive and really got a lot of momentum, and there's just a lot there. How do you help translate that into doing good in the community? Because the team wants to do it, and it's, in my mind, it's our reason for, we can't do it without the fans. We can't do it without the community. Our community shows up for us and cheers us on and fills that arena and goes to away games. I shouldn't even forget about, the traveling and just the constant support. How do we mirror that? How do we put that back out into the community? So for me, it's just, how do we serve the community well? How do I try to make the world a better place by, putting in my time and talent and just trying to do my best to make sure that this team and this community just keep getting better.
Well, Amy, you have certainly done that. It has been a joy getting to know you, and I'm so excited to see what's to come for this franchise and Caniac Nation as well. So thank you for joining me. Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers. Loved being here.
I love it. Thanks so much for listening to another episode of the Iced Tea Podcast, and thanks to our presenting sponsor, Lane & Associates Family Dentistry. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and share with a fellow Caniac.